Hello and welcome back to the VR Master League. Today, Buxton, we're doing some matches finally. It's been such a long break. First match for both these teams, SMC Tactical and Mob Squad. I hope we'll be seeing some good matches here, some good rounds at least. I feel like I've got a severe drought on Onward. That's finally, the dam has finally broken. And the desert is being filled with luscious Onward water. I don't know where I'm going with that analogy, but just stick that in your minds and let it kind of sit there. Let it fester. Anyway, we can discuss what the bans are already. SMC Tactical has been very coordinated with Mob Squad here. They've already got their bans. They've already got their lobby. We should be ready to go very shortly once Mob Squad has finished loading up and has got all of their members in. So going over this kind of first bans we've got from SMC Tactical, a very expected ban of their probably least favourite map, Downfall, and then from Mob Squad another expected map, Cargo, which SMC Tactical is probably, I'd say, the best in the league at. So seeing that banned along with Downfall, not unexpected at all. This is kind of uncomfortable for SMC. They do have Cargo as their best map. They've only lost it 11% of the time, which is a pretty impressive statistic. And they played it 9 times last season, so there's certainly no slouches on it. And they did go to the semi-finals as well. Got knocked out by Globochem, which was pretty brutal as well, but it was still Globochem. They did go on to win the championships overall, so I think you can forgive the SMC Tactical for slipping up there. Anyway, the first map. Can anyone be surprised by this? I don't think you can be. It's going to be the first map, Suburbia, picked by, of course, the home team, SMC Tactical. Surprising nobody, their favourite map. They're very good on it, equally as good as Cargo, though some teams have given them trouble. I believe mostly teams like Globochem and maybe possibly something during the Button Cup. It's been the only teams to really give them issues on this map. They have some serious coordination on here, but their coordination are maybe hampered slightly by the status of sickness he is missing for this match, it seems. Pomecake kind of taking point. Beefy maybe going to provide some tactical support. I know he is kind of prone to doing stuff like that on occasion, but maybe Pomecake is just going to be the silent workhorse here, just put out some tactics that we'll never hear on this side of the Observer. Ignore that. That never happened. You don't have to think about that. Don't worry, I'm not going with the intro there. I may have blasted your ears temporarily, but it was luckily not too long. Anyway, we can kind of discuss the rosters that we may be going into the rounds quite shortly, but we can discuss the rosters just for a little bit. On the side of SMC, kind of got an unusual roster, as I said initially. Got Ponecake, got Sota, pretty common player for both of them really. Lad and John, he's brung in occasionally. Beefy pretty much plays constantly. The rare one being Edna, Landon's wife here. You don't really see her coming for matches too often, so I'm kind of interested seeing how she'll play as being NA and EU. Don't really get to play with members on that side of the pond too often. But moving on to Mob Squad now, we have Logman, Nolomite, Smithy, Semper, of course, the captain, and Plot. I say that's a pretty standard roster there. They're kind of a main five here. Mob Squad have had a hard time. They've had a hard time. I hope they can kind of crawl it back here a little bit, but it's not going to be easy for them in any kind of sense of the word. They've had a very rough past couple seasons. Ever since the end of season 3, they've been in a downward spiral after losing Arsenic. Maybe they'll start to pick up the pace. Of course, they did pick up Smithy, and I believe Logman they picked up last season or the season before. Maybe they'll eventually kind of snap into the gear that they were in back in season 3, kind of start moving towards a newer and greater Mob Squad. But I suppose we'll just have to wait and see for that. We are momentarily going into the game here. Both teams fully readied up now. We should hopefully be hopping in the next couple seconds, and that we are. So here we are going in for the first round of this match. The first round of SMC Tactical versus Mob Squad. Go now into Suburbia. That is going to be the burning objective. Possibly the best one for SMC Tactical to get starting off. If they want to try and take the pace here, they can do that in a serious fashion. They just need to go in really hard and just decimate them straight out of the gate. Or maybe they'll kind of play it slow, kind of spook Mob Squad first. We'll have to see. Standard moves, but an aggressive one from Plots here. Moving up all the way, Edna takes down Smithy. Immediate refrag from the Plots though. Another 2 go down. Sota and Ponecake hitting the floor. Mob Squad doing pretty well. Another one in a trade. Plots and Landon though. Plot is permanently down, and most likely Landon going to get picked up by Beefy here. Very quickly from 5v5 into a 2v3. Mob Squad with that advantage. Vital advantage, and judging by the rest of the positions for Mob Squad here, they have the advantage to maneuver wherever they want. The center house is clear, and that's a pretty vital position to cover the people that are in the spawn house there. This could be a little bit dangerous for Mob Squad, though. They do have the numbers advantage. So I misspelled SMC Tactical there. That's scaring me. I'm not sure if I did. I hope I didn't. I'll have to double check later. They're coming out over towards that house, not going to do much. Rest of SMC Tactical re-coordinating, trying to come through the playground. Definitely not going to be going for a camp at this stage, though. Maybe if they feel really brave, they could. They'd have to feel incredibly brave. Shots over towards the playground. That was coming from the second floor of the spawn house. They know Landon's in here, and if Nolan can kind of work off that communication, we could be seeing a nade come over if he has one available. Just pre-firing the smoke there, and that nade is going to be coming out. Is going to be effective? No, it's a flash actually. Ineffective as well. Did not get Landon in any capacity. Nolan trying to rush out here. He's going to get taken down by Beefy immediately though. That's not what he needed. That's going to allow Land John to push straight to the objective, but the rest of Mob Squad is just crashing in. They're going to have to crash in a little bit faster though. Most likely Semper going to try and ready a nade. But I think they're both kind of a little bit spooked of the spawn house guy. They haven't realised he's moved down to the first floor just by the gardens. It's been pretty risky with the peek there. Semper getting the nice little pick through the bush underneath the truck there. Now it is just Beefy This is a very solid defensive position, but if the nade is dead on, it could get him. Unfortunately not. If you're going to rush out into the open here with that flash, no cover at all. The shot's getting missed from Logman. That is not what he needs, but a nade going to come out. That could be perfect, but unfortunately it's our Semper that takes down Beefy first. The Mob Squad are going to be the team that get that round first. Honestly, not the way I expected that round to go. Plots devastated them at the start there. Man, this could be the the change, the return to their former glory that I was talking about for Mob Squad here. If they can just keep that up, if they take Suburbia or for SMC Tactical, I'm done. I'm in disbelief if they do that. I would be in disbelief. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but preventing all curses, if theoretically Mob Squad does possibly take Suburbia, I'm calling the Mob Squad 2019 Championship victors. That's what I'm thinking here. The initial rush from Plots, it's been a while since I've casted, so I totally forgot about the replays. I would have got a replay for it. Unfortunately, I did not. But that rush through the center was devastating, taking down 3 members in such a short period of time. That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect. That was what Mob Squad needed to kind of destroy and delay any kind of momentum, any kind of pushes that the SMC Tactical wanted to pull off there. So very well done to Plots and possibly another member of Mob Squad if they did try and coordinate that beforehand, or rather it was just a spur of the moment decision from Plots. Regardless, we may see more of that, or maybe a counter kind of a aggressive maneuver from SMC Tactical this round, going in for the seconds.
No, don't get spawn killed. Just go on the left side of that point.
All from Pancake there. I imagine they are going to be spraying through this fence here.
I got a better chance now.
Surprisingly not, actually. Maybe they don't want to give away their spawn. It would be a good chance for a full-on rush here. They do have the advantage spawn. Pretty fast rush into this kind of playground area. Smoke's already coming out from Plots. The double smoke kind of a little bit questionable. May coming out counter for Plots. Just miss if it was just a little bit more to the right, they might have rolled down and taken them down. Fortunately not. Smokes are plenty though. The entirety of SMC Tactical is actually in the smokes and on the objective right now. This could be bad. Arsene but taken down by Landon. Most likely Plots is going to be looking for the refresh. They're redirecting all these smokes, but that's what kills Plots in the end. The return fire coming from Pancake on the objective there. This could be bad. Edna gets down by Mr. Beefy's grenade. Mr. Beefy gets picked off by Plots there. Nolomite tries to go in for the cap. He's going to get denied immediately. Plots also denies, or rather Pancake also denies Plots. And now there's just 2 members left on Mob Squad. If that's a nade, it could be good. It's a good nade, but unfortunately, not going to get anyone. Sympathy coming over from the lane 1 as well. This could be a devastating force, but Pancake has his eyes trained on the western side there, sharing his attention nicely. Captain Soda really needs to get Edna up, but it's a little bit risky. Going to get her up. Mob Squad also kind of backed off there though. Smithy, he is finally coming along that left-hand side, takes down Pancake, and now we're evened up at 2-2. 2 men left on objective. Smithy in a very good position for a flank here. If he just coordinates with his friend, who's that's over there? That's Logman. If he just coordinates with his friend Logman, he could be a devastating force for Mob Squad. I almost forgot the name. The idle hum of this ABC supporting Smithy's resolve here. Thinking about moving up, he's a little bit scared to. He does know there is going to be another member on the objective kind of dancing around that area. And if Mob Squad have a grenade, that could be solid. Oh, this position from Edna is amazing. If other players are seeing that body in the same place, it's going to be very difficult to actually shoot Edna without having the height advantage on her. And again, not exactly a hard thing to do, but that body will block bullets. That could potentially save her life and allow her to secure a kill. is starting to move up here. It does appear there's a little bit of coordination between the two. Smithy, that's a long range smoke, and it's actually perfect. Landing possibly good enough to cover both Landon, both both Edna and Sota. Look, man, he's starting to he's thinking about moving in, but he's still a little bit scared. Smithy needs to take advantage of this smoke. Sota and Edna are very scared on the objective. They need to exploit that, need to use this. Edna's just snaking away, but Logman just can't see it. If he just takes a step towards the right, should see Edna. He does see Edna, takes her down. Now it's just Captain Sota left on the objective all alone. He's in a very difficult situation. Smithy is going to come in from the behind, and he's going to take him down. And Mobsquad unexpectedly going to take a second round. I got to say, I'm really surprised by this. Well, I did kind of call this maybe the match for Mobsquad's comeback, but this is not what I expected. You know, there's a match in an hour and a half with Nightfire and Sleepy. This could be an issue if this match gets too good and it overruns on time. But man, Mobsquad are suddenly looking good. Nades from Smithy. The kind of... I don't even know at this point if it's SMC Tactical's kind of slip-ups or if it is just Mobsquad's mechanically doing quite well. We haven't seen many coordinated plays from them yet, but we have just seen them do things and they work out regardless of what they are. This third round though, this could be the interesting one. If Mobsquad can take this, let's actually take a look at what kind of objective we'll see. Oh, that's not a good one. I'm sorry, Mobsquad. I may have cursed you. The center house objective for this third round, that if Mobsquad can take, will possibly just end SMC Tactical's chance of winning the map. But the center house objective, it's such a good one for a team like SMC Tactical to push through and take over. It's perfect for them. They can maybe get some shields. They are missing their captain and shield user, Sickness. Maybe someone else will take one. Maybe they'll just push straight through. They've got the LMG of Sota. They've got the just luck of Pwnecake. If they push straight through, no stops through center house, that may massively take Mobsquad off guard. We've kind of seen a more passive side of both teams really, though mostly SMC Tactical. Mobsquad had that initial aggressive play on the first round, but we haven't seen too much else since. I'm thinking of what kind of maps we could be seeing coming up next after this one. I'm already thinking ahead here. We do have, of course, the downfall ban from SMC Tactical and the cargo ban from Mobsquad. So that leaves us with, let's see, no Suburbia, no downfall, and no cargo. That leaves us with Subway, Tanker, Quarantine, and Bazaar. We'll definitely see Bazaar and Quarantine. Maybe Mobsquad or SMC is going to throw a massive curveball. Throw a tank or a Subway at this, but I don't see that happening. So I think we can expect Bazaar to be the next map with Quarantine following after that. So we just have to hope that these teams can give us a solid match here, and my prediction will come true. That's all we can hope for. Appears to be some kind of hold up on the team's side here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, so we will quickly head over towards the scoreboard where we can look at scores. It does appear that there is some kind of technical difficulty on the side of Mobsquad here. They are unreadied. Unreadied? Yes, that is the correct word. Unreadied. And we are expired with the timer, so we may just be alone here. Alone with ourselves and everyone watching here, just thinking, what could be coming next, what we can kind of expect out of the two teams here. After seeing these first two rounds, I'm not entirely sure my statistics on my notes sheet here are too kind of representative of what we could see. Moscow are 50-50 on the three maps we could be, well, two maps we could be seeing next, Bazaar and Quarantine. So it could go either way, but SMC are just so strong on Suburbia that they could still bring this back, and Quarantine are also pretty strong, though they have had some issues with the individual rounds themselves, so they've mostly kind of took it back overall for themselves. It does appear there was a timeout used by Moscow there, just a short 5-minute one that has now ended, and they're ready to go back into the match for this round. This is going to be this third round with that center house objective, the dangerous one. I wonder how SMC Tactical is going to approach this.
Why would he fucking lie?
Not very smart, is he?
I actually go with soda on that one.
Conflict of some kind on the side of SMC Tactical here. Not entirely sure what it's about. They're starting to do their standard 3-2 split. 3 seemingly going over towards the center and eastern side. Not going for a full frontal. That's kind of against what I expected here. Move from plots though. It's the exact same aggressive move. He's moving straight up. They could potentially get a double kill depending on how he plays his spot. He should see Edna through the bush here, or maybe just not. El Semper is the one that gets taken out by Landon. So there's a Logman revive immediately. That's what they need. Plots should definitely hear Edna coming around that corner. He does. He's going to flip back. He takes down Edna. He's going to be looking for Pancake. He sees him. No, he doesn't. Pancake is actually the one who sees Plot, and he's going to pop his head the second he stands up here. He stands up. He ducks. He misses the shots. But though eventually Pancake does take him down, the shots ring that from center as well. So much fire being traded between the center house and that western side here. Nobody's going to want to peek that corner. Rather, no one's going to want to peek that window. Push up the west is also happening. Sota pushes out Burning Building excellently, taking down Nolomite. And now he may continue his reign of terror along this side. It's kind of a free reign here as Smithley picks up lands, and this kind of western side may get opened up here. This could be a little bit dangerous for SMC Tactical. The smokes are coming though. Captain Sota picks up a double kill so far for Captain Sota. He's starting to just push so aggressively through the center here. With that center house objective, they don't have anyone across at the spawn house. It's just those two men left inside. This is not good. SMC Tactical are being a little bit cautious here. Appensota might be thinking about going for a stair cap here. A stair cap would be unbelievable. And Mossel they seem kind of oblivious to the fact that that might be possible. But Sota might just be looking for a rush up instead. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, it's going to be insane. The nade is coming from Captain Sota, going to get thrown up. No effect. Both members in the other one is pretty nice. Here comes the move coming out from Captain Sota. The LMG fire. Our Semper and Logman going to be very scared here. They do not want to allow a cap there. Logman went to peek that. Run out of ammo. Had to duck back and reload. He had to reload again, and very, very unfortunate. Our Semper is repositioning. He's going to take down Sota. Pancake is going to know where Semper is though. I do expect another nade to come up here very shortly. Logman's got the Makarov defending the stairs. This may not work out. The flash from Arsempa gets dropped, but he drops it downstairs just in time. Pokecake, I think, gets blinded by that.
Watch out for your head.
Arsempa, he cannot peek that window. That's too dangerous. Beefy, is he trying to throw a nade in? He thought about it, but it failed dramatically. Pokecake also looking for Logman here. This nade and this knife and Makarov combo. I don't think this is going to work so well, but I really want it to. Flash coming through the window, no effect. Pokecake desperately looking for Logman. He's thought about rushing straight down there. That would have been incredibly risky if he did actually fully attempt it, but Pokecake finally picks off Logman through that tiny gap in the stairs. And now we are just left alone with Arsempa. He should know he's the last one left. He knows, he hears Pokecake moving up, but Pokecake also knows that he's going to be up here just in the corner. Though, Pokecake doesn't get the shots off in time. He said there was a little bit of lag there. Maybe that was just on the caster's side, but Pokecake does go down from Arsempa, and now it is just Beefy left to attack this in house. This has been catastrophic for SMC Tactical. This is unbelievable. They were doing so well, and then it just crumbled as Arsempa and Logman defended this with Makarov in hand. He's got his time. He's got his time to kind of reconsider his attack plan here. Maybe he's going to pick up from some utility, some nades, some flashes or smokes from some corpses in the area, but he's going to have to do it relatively soon because minute 15 can go by very quickly. And if he comes around this corner, he's going to get railed here. The second he tries to loot off the corpse, Arsempa is being very patient with this. He knows he's just around the corner, but he doesn't want to pop off this shot a second too early. Beefy's very loudly reloading that LMG. He's going to pick this corner. He's going to get utterly demolished. And there he goes, demolished. And that is a 3-point lead for Mob Squad. This is unbelievable. I might have actually cursed SMC Tactical here. This is a highly unexpected result. I can't believe it. I absolutely cannot believe this. A 3-point lead from Mob Squad against SMC Tactical on Suburbia, of all maps. Now, I'm not accepting it as fact. This is like some kind of upside down world, because SMC Tactical, they're normally the kings of this map. The loss of Sickness should not be such a driving force here, so is it the misplays of them? As I said before, is it just a misplay from SMC Tactical, or is Mob Squad just playing really well today and it's just not something I'm catching on to? Because that defensive center house was certainly very good, but SMC Tactical definitely could have played that better as well. This could definitely be a go against the initial predictions of everyone here. There was some talk earlier on in the chat during the pre-show about how SMC most likely going to take this, though Mob Squad are no slouches. They still did win Season 3's championship. Rather, I don't remember who won it, honestly. Somebody may have won it. Might have been Globachem, might have been Mob Squad. It was somebody, that doesn't matter. But they did get that far. Arsenic did not carry them there on his own back. Each one of their members still took them that far, and they played very well during that, regardless of the result. Going into the 4th round, this could be the final round. Like some sheer miracle here. We are already getting some smokes coming out from Moscow. That's kind of interesting. Edna also in a very aggressive position that could potentially be catastrophic from Mob Squad. A beautiful nade from Pokecake takes down the Smithy there. Plot's also taken out by Edna, lands and goes down from Arsempa. Edna can go on a mad flank here. She's most likely going to see our Semper. She does, but he doesn't get the shots off in time. She gets taken out by Nolomite. Walk straight into each other. Now we're even up to 3-3 though. One revive is possible for Mob Squad. Smithy's going to get picked up, bringing it to an uneven 3-4. SMC Tactical not feeling too happy about this situation. A cap is not entirely out of the question here, and definitely Mob Squad are trying to look for that if at all possible. Now Semper starting to move in, clearing those corners nice and clean. Looking upstairs, Pokekick is going to be in that corner. They want to try and take each other out. The nade coming out from Nolomite. Pokekick's going to rush down. He's not going to get taken down, surprisingly. He's going to rush around the corner in a trade between the two. Nolomite's rushing upstairs. He's going to have to deal with Captain Sota. He's running out the corner, deals with Captain Sota. The center house is cleared out. Mr. Beefy rushing out to deny the cap. Behind the objective, doesn't see him, but he does go down eventually. Nolomite taking down Beefy. Very luckily securing that center house by the skin of his teeth. And now we're almost even up to a 1-2 here. Logman and his friend Smithy, the Reza and the Rezaree to say, starting to move up the eastern side towards this center. They should have linked up with their team a little bit earlier. That push may have been dramatically more successful, but they kind of got a little bit scared on the eastern side after Smithy was down by Puncake's nade. Interesting smoke from Logman there. Not entirely sure what its purpose was. Mob Squad does have plenty of time though. They are absolutely not short of time. They've got 3 minutes and 18 seconds to do whatever they want here. Smithy potentially could go to the second floor of Spawn House and just pepper him the second he stands up, because Mr. Beefy, I don't think he's going to be able to stay crouched for 3 minutes without getting up once. He's going to get up at least once, guaranteed. And that is seemingly going to be what Smithy's doing here, getting up to the second floor. And looking for Mr. Beefy through the window. Not a good state for SMC Tactical to be in right now. Tablet, he knows. Oh, I think he just saw a peek of Mr. Beefy's head there. Just barely. It's a very tense situation here. Beefy's watching the stairs with an eye, and Will Logman's doing his own thing on the eastern side. And Smithy's rotated out.
Around the back of the house and flashbang him.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. Shit.
Smithy wanted to try and flashbang in there, but it doesn't have a flashbang, it seems. They're just going to have to try for a full frontal assault. Sneak his way in. Maybe Punkake's going to have some utility he can take. Take a look at the corpse there. No, just a syringe. There's nothing there. Logman getting picked through the window by Mr. Beefy there. That is a very, very tight shot and a very good one for him to get. Smithy's going to rush up, and it's a trade between the two, but it goes to SMC Tactical very luckily, taking that round back by the skin of their teeth. That could have easily been a Mob Squad 4-0 win right there. That's pure RNG, that trade right there. That's the thing you got to do, like frame by frame, see if it was truly random or if it was just one member, a nanosecond fast from the other. Someone got to do a frame by frame analysis of that. Give us the verdicts. I gotta say, Mob Squad, they've definitely been playing well, mechanically, at least speaking here. 7-2 from our Semper. The 5-4 from Plots are very effective though. He did lose his life in the process, seemingly most times it seems. Regardless, he's doing incredibly well, the entire team really. SMC Tactical not feeling good, as I've said numerous times by now. With that round back, they do have the momentum, but are they going to be able to try and exploit that momentum and try and take back the rounds? I feel it doesn't end in a 4-1. That would not be what they need right now. We go in.
On this objective. Up the middle.
Northwest objective for the silver car. That is a kind of a dangerous one for Mob Squad here. Kind of horrific screech from Plots there. Not sure what that was. Might be the dinosaur inside of his VR play space. Someone please call pest control. Aggressive move from Nolomite. The aggressive move sneaking up there. Pokekick and Arsene kind of having a little bit of a tussle there. Pokekick goes down. Sota picking up the refrag immediately. This is looking to be SMC Tactical's case. They are moving hard. They are moving fast. Plots goes down as well. Edna needs to try and deal with Nolomite in the center there. And they have pretty much free reign of their side of the map. You're seeing the coordination from SMC Tactical. Finally, the things they've been missing previously. Their coordination, their famous crossing with the smokes on the eastern side. We are seeing the nades, a very fast one coming out from Logman there. He's going to pick out our Semper, and he's going to be ready to take down the eastern side here. Though, it's instantly picked up by Edna. That is not what they need, and here goes Sota. Here goes Beefy. Here goes Lad and Jordan all the way up the eastern side. There is going to be a man in the gardens to contend them. It's going to be hard to spot him. It's Logman. Find that fence, it's impossible to spot him. But I have a Pimax or something to see that. But here goes Edna. Here goes Landon and Sota. Starting to move up. Logman should pop up and take him down. He does pop up. He does see Captain Sota, but unfortunately it's Logman who's the one that gets taken down by Sota. Now the Guardian's clear. It's a 2v4 scenario. It's just Nolomite moving through in the open. He's going to get most likely taken down by Landon here. He does get taken down. And now it's just a one-man on objective. The one man. That being Smithy left alone at the truck. A good spot to defend the objective, but not so good for taking down Captain Soto or Edna Jordan. There he goes, and that is going to be the round. Finally, the pace back for SMC Tactical. They could take this to a 4-3. They really could here. They could claw this back from the skin of their teeth. I've got to say, this is a stark difference. Again, I'm reiterating again, a stark difference from last season. The last time these two played, kind of early season 6, it didn't end well for Mob Squad. Being frank, it was they took Bazaar. They did take Bazaar. It was a 2-4. Of course, Mob Squad taking that, but Quarantine 4-0, Cargo 4-0. That wasn't pretty. That was not pretty under any kind of way you portray that. It's not pretty. Maybe it's Mob Squad kind of having the knowledge of SMC Tactical in. SMC is the most casted team in the league. They had all but 2 of their matches casted during Season 6, which is the highest kind of cast percentage, the coverage of any team in the league. So if Mob Squad kind of have studied them just continuously and match over match, round after round, map after map, then maybe that's kind of being one of the issues that they managed to start off so well, but now SMC Tactical have started to evolve. They're changing up their strategy like all good teams do, and it's really throwing off Mob Squad. They did play slow to start, and now they've picked up the pace. It's not been good for Mob Squad. They just needed that one round to boost their confidence again. Seems to be going straight in nice and fast into the corner. Actually a pretty nice spot. Running a nade for that western side, a double nade from the looks of it. Zero effect, that smoke way out of the boundaries, and the nade from Plots having absolutely no use whatsoever. But he's moving up so quickly through the center there. The nade going over, going miles and hitting nothing. It's actually, I don't know how he threw a nade that far, but it's very impressive. Is it looking like a little bit of a standoff between Plots and Pancake here? Pancake knows Plots is here. I think Plots also realised calling out to his team there. Good smoke on objective, very solid. That's exactly where they wanted to place it there. It's going to smoke out Landon and also Edna there. Husband and wife. Just barely having the right vision there. Oh, Landon's going to redirect that. That's good. Gonna throw it straight back at the enemy, and they're gonna throw it straight back. Timothy also dropping his gun in the smoke there. Will he realise it? He realised then. Don't worry about it, he's got that all under control. Or the nade from Plots. A smoke from Plots actually. But Nolomai's starting to prone up. He does see Land just underneath. He takes down Landon, finishing him off as well. Edna most likely going to be looking for revenge. More smoke coming to the objective. Plots is the one that takes down Edna. The rest of SMC Tactical getting a little bit scared here. The nade not rolling out just enough. Another flash. Just a waste of the utility. Pancake, if he goes on a flank here, it could be devastating. Plots goes down from Beefy. Arsamba's looking for Pancake, but he's behind the fence and in the smoke though. There's no way he's going to be able to spot him. Well, Logman and Nolomai are thinking about moving on the west, but Nolomai's kind of he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. And Arsempe is very much aware of kind of Pancake's presence as he moves out over towards the house. This is a dangerous play. It's a dangerous play that doesn't pay off. Also, Beefy goes down at the exact same moment. This is a 2v3 scenario. One that Pancake could make the better of. Never mind, it's Sota that does. Tying it up to a 2-2. If Pancake realises that Nolomai is proning across there, it could be very solid. Smithy's also in a very good position to move up the eastern side, get into the gardens. And if he gets into the gardens, then it's just disaster for SMC Tactical. Oh no, Pancake does see Nolomai, and now it is just Smithy left alone. He knew he was moving up there, and Smithy's just beelining it in the open. This is an interesting play. They're not going to expect him at the red card, that's for sure. He wouldn't have moved out in the open, and Smithy knows where Pancake is. Is he going to spray through the bush? I want to know here. Theoretically, possibly, he sees Sota instead. He gets Sota, but he's going to rotate in time. Yeah, but before Pancake manages to peek out and see him. They can spot each other at the same time. Pancake, but no, the shot's through the bush, and it's Mob Squad's round. It's Mob Squad's map. Smithy overjoyed at their win on Suburbia. And the prediction from the start does come true. A Mob Squad victory on Suburbia. Unbelievable. Utterly unbelievable. The comeback almost coming from SMC there, but nope. Mob Squad are the ones that take it. Well, that's I'm gonna put a little note down here saying Mob Squad take. Well, I almost said Subway there. Wow, there you go. Brutal, savage, wrecked. The three famous words. The three famous words I think are very much applicable to this situation. Utterly devastating, but maybe SMC Tactical are going to be able to kind of claw that back for going into the second map, or whatever that second map may be. Oh, very deep into this match. We're 53 minutes in. That's been a hell of a series so far, and we're not even into the second map, and it's a hell of a series. I don't even know what's going on. Seems there's a little bit of delay on choosing the map, so we can kind of just have a little bit of a break here. guys kind of discuss amongst yourselves what went on there. And we'll be back, maybe look at some replays. Should hopefully be ready with the second map. Just as I say that, we go into the second map here. We can go into the war room and show you what map it is going to be. Look, this is, I'm actually going to be Bazaar. That's what I'm feeling. Most people are going to be feeling confident on Bazaar because they won it last time, but no. Interestingly, it is going to be a quarantine pick from Mob Squad. Now that's interesting. I really thought Mob Squad wouldn't be feeling too comfortable on it, considering the fact that last season they did lose at 4-0. I guess they're riding the high of the previous rounds. I guess that's why. Regardless though, if we want to just quickly rehash the bans, it was a ban of Downfall coming out from the side of SMC Tactical there, and a ban of Cargo, of course, coming out from the away team, that being Mob Squad. Quickly refresh that. Okay, I think we have enough time to look at a replay quickly. Let's take a look. Take a look at this replay. This was from the almost final round, and it was the kind of a clean-up from Edna there. Back to the previous clip, that one. The nice defense from Beefy, defending the house there with a lucky trade coming up the stairs. There goes Smithy. That was such a lucky trade for SMC Tactical. It could have been all over then. It could have been over 2 rounds earlier. But luckily it was not, and we are going into the second map very shortly, I hope. I'll let you listen to the relaxing sounds of Onward FM. Not actually a radio station. Anyway, here you go. First round of this second map, the quarantine. Mob Squad and SMC Tactical this time. Mob Squad will be starting off on Marsok, with SMC Tactical doing their first defense here. This is going to be a center objective with that northeast spawn.
Guys, take it slow and work together. It's not even rush. Stay with each other. Keep each other.
This is a fucked up spawn, this is.
Smithy's very unhappy with the spawn, but overall the sentiment appears to be for Mob Squad. They're going to take this slow, they're going to take this coordinated, they're not even going to try and rush this. They're just going to be prepared with whatever they want to do here. But that might not work too well with Mr. Beefy's position there. If SMC Tactical kind of play like, say, Globocare and they start pushing out once they realize what the spawn is, it could be devastating.
Be careful. Did he die?
Coordination from Mob Squad kind of falling apart there. Smoke's also coming out. The double smoke from Plots. The member of SMC on the roof takes down Seb, but that's a devastating position. That's a very solid one. It could totally stop Mob Squad in their tracks here. Not good. Not what they needed right now. It's going to be, who's that? Captain Soto, the LMG, of course, on the flank. Classic Captain Soto play. The rest of Mob Squad is kind of a little bit scared to cross there, though. They do finally do it with an extra smoke in place. Over the Eastern 2 story.
I don't think so.
They're definitely scared of crossing the South Street. There is Landon watching it. Is he going to spray through the smoke and give away his position? That's what I want to see. Or is he just going to let them pass? He knows he can't. Oh, he knows he's definitely not going to have a good chance of taking them down through the smoke. There go Nolomite and Smithy. Safely across, but over fire comes out. Gets a little bit late, takes down Smithy. Land getting that vital pick, and now there's only one member in the South. That was what they needed here. And an interesting position from Edna here. A small target hiding by the rubble just on the center of the map. Sota also defending the north from any possible incursion coming from the Logman here. He does know Sota's up here. He's very much aware of his location. But is he going to realize he's going to be on the hill? He does. He peeks out. Luckily ducks back in time. Very good move from him there. But there is going to be Edna as well, just to his south. He knows. Well, he's not going to know at all. But Captain Sota, the vital pick, gets taken down by Plots, the long-range one. That was very nice. And if Edna can pop up and take down Logman here, they'll have evened it up 3-3. Where the smoke has decided to not peek out just yet. The Logman has also kind of twigged that there may be some suspicious activity coming from the south. Or a solid nader tank. A solid nader tank insta-kills Plots. A fantastic one from Landon there. It's not been evened up. It's been tipped even further on the side of SMC Tactical here. Leaving just a man in the north and a man in the south. That's going to be Logman and Nolomite, the last two left from Mob Squad. Oh, they're not in a good position to try and do a comeback here. SMC Tactical have some really nice positions here. I've never seen someone really play that center because it's just so exposed. But they're playing here and it is working out for them so far. Edna not really getting in picks yet, but it is a very solid position to prevent anyone from capping. Nice spot from Edna there. Does see Nolomite takes him down. Not finished him off yet. Shoot him out. Or rather, he's going to call her out. And Logman most likely going to have maybe a nade ready to kind of just catapult over towards the center there. Maybe he's going to reposition, try and get an angle on it. Many ways he can approach this, but he only has a minute 30. He does not have enough time to be just waltzing about on the roof here. He needs to start pushing objective, and he gave away his position as well. Logman, this is not looking good, buddy. This is not looking good, my friends. This is not good.
20 right now.
He only has a minute 15 now. They know where he is as well. Ponegate going to be aware. Maybe he's going to take a look towards the roof. He is taking a look towards the roof, it seems. He spots Logman, but he's not going to get shot off just yet. Wasted that opportunity to get the shot off. So he's going to very quickly start ducking and diving, moving back. And Landon was in an interesting position there. Not sure what that was. He was in it only for a split second. Up quickly, 40 seconds. He has the communication from his brethren on the south. Just bleeding out on the corner there. He knows where Punkake is. He's got to move around the kind of cockpit here. He needs to start doing something. He cannot afford to toy with Punkake and Edna here. He's got to move. He's moving in now. Missed Beefy's going to be the one to contend with, but no, it is going to be Punkake. Instead, he sees Edna, takes down Edna. Is the communication going to be coming out from Nolomite, though? He should know that Punkake's around the corner. He does. It's a trade between the two, however. SMC Tacticals round there with 18 seconds remaining. I'm sorry, Nightfire, and I'm sorry, Sleepy, but we are going to be overrunning here, it seems. Kind of scuffle that Mob Squad having that they had in spawn with crossing, not crossing. I think that was the main killer for them. Can't really afford to spend that long in spawn on such a bad spawn, because it does take so long to get anywhere And crossing the street also takes quite some time. Going around the north, dangerous, lots of exposed angles, also takes quite some time. There is no good option that allows you to just wait about unless you're playing some super aggressive team like Blaze or Danglers that will just rush out towards you and then attempt to hunt you down and box you in. An utterly devastating spawn, yes. Took the words straight out of my mouth there. Irish Wolf. Of some team. I'm not entirely sure what team it is. I'm sorry, Irish Wolf, but I cannot remember what team you're a captain of. 2 different Irish Wolves that I'm thinking of, or Irish something. I think it is actually Blitz. You're the yeah, Blitz. That's what I'm thinking of. The captain of Blitz. Encouragement in the chat for me. Not for the teams, just for me. But we're going in to the second round now. Moving in this second map. Mob Squad having their chance to defend this. And the C4 from Logman there.
I'm going to move with line, man.
It's dangerous to the right here. What we gotta watch out.
The triple move towards the north. This could be very good for Mob Squad. Oh, he's actually going to know that they're moving 3 up here. And this is a very similar move to what Globochem does for this objective. 1 guy on the wing, 1 guy moving towards the base of roof, and another checking and securing the north. And it could potentially be a double kill, triple kill. But he decides not to peek it, not good. But C4 does come out from Logman there. Nolomite's going to be the one to peek it. But they're already moved up too far. Shots coming out. Nolomite with that nade. That could be a double kill, but no. It's a flash instead, and it's not quite good enough. He's going to rush over. He wants to take down 2, but instead he's the one who gets taken down. Another whiff nade. Logman is somehow not getting seen by the woman and moving up there. Edna almost said the man. They're all men to me.
Roof, dude.
Logman also calling out that there's somebody on roof. Was that Plots trying to kind of kill them? No idea.
Side of it. At least 2 of them.
He's just calling out their Pokek and Sota there. The call out definitely working out. Smithy picks off Pokek immediately after that call comes out. They were still at the plane engine. They're all quite tunnel visioned on the far north here. So she could potentially slip through, go to tank, and go to burning without anyone maybe realizing. Smoke has given away her position. Plots is he's on the corner. He can definitely spot Captain Sota here. Not picking out just quite enough for him to get exposed there. He's going to be looting the smokes from Pwnecake here as well. Very solid smoke cover. Lots of fire coming out from the roof there. But Lanta moving around through the ravine. Takes down Plots on this western side push. Finally starting to take action. It was quite a long time to get up there. Logman popping off some more shots over towards the western side.
No.
Detonator in hand. He knows he's detonated. He takes down Sota with that C4 play. Going to finish him off as well. And now the western side is all alone. All of the members left on the west are there. There's only 1 man left at the base of the roof. Woman Edna. Can she deal with Logman? That is the question.
The other one to the east of roof right now.
Oh no. Logman heard her and called her out. Edna under fire, and Logman knows she's coming. If she has a nade, now's the time to use it. She checked there. I don't think she does, considering she hasn't taken one out. Time to do this. What? How did this happen? I don't understand. Lan is on the objective ourselves, but didn't catch it in time. He's capping. He puts in the code. He gets the cap. Recipe tactical. A very quick cap. 2 double kills go off the end. Arseb in just disbelief over how they let that cap happen. A very smart move coming out from landing Jordan there. The distraction from north. Flip through the kind of exposed angle. That's the perfect quick cap right there. The perfect quick cap. I gotta say, I said Mob Squad might be feeling the kind of the high of last map. They got too overconfident in picking Quarantine 1. I think that's the case. It was 4-0 last season. I think it's going to be 4-0 this season as well. They're on the defensive round. They got the cap. It's 0-3. It's looking good for SMC to take that 4-0. You know, I also thought Moscow could take Suburbia 4-0 after we saw how well it went for them for the first 3 rounds. They did take it 4-2, but there could be a comeback from Moscow that is yet to come. There very much could be. Cannot afford to give up on them just yet. I may have just stabbed something with my pencil. Don't stab things with pencil, kids. Good. Put that down. Say my throat has become unexpectedly dry from casting this match. It's really taken a lot of energy. I didn't expect so many high action, high octane plays just on the first map, and it's taken all of my reserve energy for the following maps. Can only allocate so much. Moving into the 3rd round now. SMC is going to be feeding in the high of that cap for certain. Absolutely. They're going to be feeling good. Mob Squad definitely not going to be feeling good at all. This is their do or die moment. If they take this, they win the match. If they don't take it, then the pain possibly gets extended depending on how this map, well, how these following rounds go. If it's devastating on this round as well, they could be very demoralized going into the 3rd map, and you do not want to be demoralized at all. It's devastating, utterly devastating, so to say, for a team to be demoralized going into rounds. Got from Nolomite. A very early pick, already 33 seconds in, takes down Beefy. That is kind of what Moscow needs here.
Not confirmed though.
Burnham is going to be looking for that confirmation though. Shots from Edna underneath the ambulance, takes down Logman, not confirmed.
I got one down on the roof.
But underneath the ambulance, it's such a strong position. It's a hard one to hold. More shots coming out from West. Captain with his PKM, his devastating weapon, at which he's claimed more souls than I think the Grim Reaper. He is a devastating force with it, an utterly devastating force with it. He does not mess about under any circumstances with that PKM. In the back of a Flandern here, there is. He's fallen back, he popped off the shots, he fell back. That's the correct move, and he's actually moving into a different position now to try and get another angle. Or maybe he's just going to be waiting for them to cross over to this side, which is also a very good move, because they're going to move across here if they want to get across the western side at all. Nobody moves straight across there. That is insanity. I find it interesting that Lantern, though, has moved up to the same position. A little bit dangerous. Oh, a little dangerous. Very dangerous. Landon gets taken out by Plot, and I'm surprised nobody on Mob Squad has gone to pick up Logman here. He's left all alone to bleed out on the roof. Not even his friend over on the east here, Arsemper, is going to try and pick him up. He's just left to die on the north, though he can call out some pretty good stuff. He's got vision over the entire center of the map, and possibly he's going to call out any moves that Edna might do. Like this one right here. Didn't call that out. It's a solid call out then. That's what they need if they want to start pushing up the west. They need to know that there may be more than they expected on the western side. Simba picks off Ponecake. He got too aggressive on the stairs again. This is collapsing. The pace, it feels like deja vu. I have a feeling Moscow is going to take the next 2 rounds, and then SMC will take it overall. Just, it's the same pattern again and again. Moscow are definitely going to take this. They're 4 men up, 5 man if they start to get the revive, but they haven't. They've ignored him again. Nolomite, the absolute monster. The gas station objective, they do not want to cap. Total will deny any attempt at a cap coming out from the western side. Edna was going to deny any caps coming from center, but that's clearly not going to be possible anymore now that Arsemba has picked him off. So Sota, the Grim Reaper, with his PKM, can he be a devastating enough force to take down 4 members of Mob Squad, or is it going to be just an attempt that will end with their death? Oh, with his death anyway. Not necessarily anyone's death on the side of Mob Squad. Should have seen Plot's heads there. Plot has definitely seen Sota. He's being a little bit too aggressive out here. He should know there's somebody in the West 2 story, but he's also a little bit scared of the cap. Shots from Plots, they're premature. The premature shots, and that's going to allow Sota to react. He knows there's going to be caps trying to come in, the smokes, the shots. It's the perfect, just a cacophony of a cap coming. Lots of suppressive fire coming out from nowhere in particular, going nowhere in particular either. Plot is moving around the west, coming through that gas station. Cap and Soda cannot allow him in there. He is going to allow him in there. That is not good. Plot has the advantage now, and Smithy starting to run up into the smoke. If he gets his tap out, he might be able to get a cap here. It all depends on how closely Sota is listening. To want to go for a cap here. Plot's continuing to move through the gas station here. On the communication as well. Smithy is going for a cap, and Sota doesn't realise. Is he not checking the corner? This could be another cap from SMC from Mob Squad. It could be a revenge cap, and it is. Unbelievable that Cap and Sota let that happen. That should never be something that you allow to happen on that particular objective. You must always be checking that corner. A mild slip up into a devastating result, 2-3, and now Mob Squad does have a chance of bringing this to 3-3 on their defensive rounds, and possibly being able to make a comeback for this whole map, and maybe, just maybe, they'll win this right here, right now. That would certainly be an experience. I gotta say, I really thought Plots would be the one to get the kill there. I'm kind of disappointed. I put my hopes in that Plots would be able to get that, but Smithy, he followed through. He followed through despite my belief. He got that nice cap, the lucky cap almost. Captain Sota was deaf. He was totally deafened by the kind of sound of his heartbeat pulsing through his chest. If you're 1v4 on that objective, you might as well run out into the open and let yourself die. I can assure you that if Sequence was here, he would not be very happy with that performance. He would be very angry, in fact. But the second the next round started, he would be happy again. That's just how SMC Tactical rolls. Or at least my perspective of it. Round though, same objective. This time, Mob Squad on the defense. If SMC can try and pull off a revenge cap again here, it could be good. It could be very good.
Makes it to ambulance, I guess. I'm going there to here.
Be a Western focused offense here from SMC Tactical. Don't appear to be sending too many towards the kind of center base of roof burning area, which is interesting. Normally most teams will try and come through base of roof, go to burning, that usual pathway. Only sending 1 or 2 over on the west, but 3 on the west this time. Right. Realized I was speaking to myself there. I wasn't speaking loud enough to be picked up. I was just saying how it's kind of interesting to see the 3 on the west instead of the 2. Just due to the normally you want to come through base of roof, come through center. That's how you do your main attack, really, but they're doing it the other way around. Plots, why?
No, I just fucking, are you serious?
Plots with the team kill onto Nolomai, opening up the center for all of SMC Tactical to take. More shots from Sota. They're taking this west. They are being very quick and aggressive. The same kind of comeback from previous. Talk about team killing each other there. Plots does take down Landon. He avenges Nolomai. Takes him down after he tries to cross that street. Not going to be able to get the confirm though. He really needs that confirm. Edna on the corner. Logman tries to go for the revive, gets denied by Edna. But that's too open. That's far too open. They should have known that someone was going to be on that corner, but regardless, that nade could be someone. Unfortunately not. And Plus seemed unaware that Captain Sota and Beat is so close to him. Landon team killed, or rather revived by Pancake. Smithy also goes down. Now Plus is going to get taken down again by Captain Sota. Now it is just our Semper left on the west. This is not looking good. The center is open. The south is open. The west is open. He's got to fall back to the objective and just hope and expose himself and hope he gets shot instead of capped on. None of my was finished off by Landon there. Those are going to be two, at least two, inside the burning. Should see him on set. He does, and the shots ring out, but unfortunately it's Ponecake who take him down. Finishing off our Semper and taking that map, denying any comeback, 4-2. And some pretty respectable kill counts for the teams as well. Both teams, I think, they've warmed up. They're back into the action here. Their first match of the season. They're feeling good now. Can discuss what kind of second map we might be seeing there. What second map we should be seeing indeed. I think we might be able to expect a Bazaar. I don't know about you, but I'm certainly feeling the Bazaar. If we see a tank or a subway, I'm going to be in shock. Because that's an insane pick, considering the fact that the match could still go to either team here for the third map. So I think we'll be seeing Bazaar with almost absolute certainty. To wait and see and hope. So far, both these teams even on the individual score. The 6-6. One map each, all down to this final one. If Mob Squad can get this is going to be a pretty sizable boost to their MMR once they finish their placement matches in the following weeks. We are going to be going to a quick 5-minute break while I recuperate from the previous two maps, and we'll be back very shortly going to the third map, going to be Bazaar. We'll see you then. In very quickly, I said 60 seconds, but I may have miscalculated by about 30 seconds. So we are starting slightly before I'm ready, but we are going in to this bizarre map. The first round, as I said, as I predicted, successfully this time, finally. A successful prediction.
It's too late now.
So, this Eastern objective, it's a very solid one to start off with for any team, really. There's many ways you can approach it. You can do it fast, you can do it slow, you can do it kind of a medium in between. So many possibilities. It's a very good warm-up objective for a map. Some long-range angles, as you can see on the northeast there, Landon picked off by our Semper mob. We might also see Captain Soap to go down too. It's a very outward defense from Mob Squad here. This is not what I expected coming out from them. I see teams play those outside buildings much anymore, because they are quite dangerous against any teams that may possibly be doing exactly what Captain Soap tried to do there. But the pincer between our Semper and Smithy there, just devastating to say it for the trillionth time during this match. More shots from now. Nullimind takes down Plonecake on the north. More shots from Plonk. He wants to take down Edna. It's just an intense duel of the fates between the two. Both running for each other though. It's Edna who takes down Plots eventually through the wood there. And Beefy's starting to think about moving up on our Semper just by the objective. Starting to move up the north. That could be a very interesting flank. Decided against it. Semper's recollected his tablet. Oh, Beefy, he needs to pop up now and he can take down our Semper. Oh. Come on, Beefy. Get him. He's gonna pop up. He's missing him. Neither. They haven't seen each other. Our Semper's seen him. He saw the barrel of his gun. And there goes Beefy, taken down by our Semper. You gotta be aware of your muzzle. Now it's just Edna. The last member SMC left. Logman also just shooting something, shooting the wall. He's scared, whatever it is. There's our Semper there. If he steps out too far into the kind of dark bit of the room there, he could potentially get taken down if Edna is looking that way. Oh. That wasn't looking quite that way. She has 3 minutes remaining. Plenty of time to really do whatever she wants. With our Semper in that building, he's going to be a constant threat until he is dealt with. And the kind of footsteps from Logman as well is also really spooking them. I think the best approach here is to be just a fast move straight in. Our Semper somehow missing Edna as she moves in here. This could be not good. Silently crawling, crouching in. Though Logman might have heard the occasional footstep coming out for here. Smithy goes down. Is Ender going to expect Logman to just be around this corner? Thinking about rushing out, he does have a detonator for some C4 there. Not sure what exactly it's aimed towards. Ender picks up our Semper again, taking down 2. He knows, rather she knows that Logman is in the building next to her. He's going to take her down. 3 sides the corner, takes her down. The shots bring out from the other side of the street. Very quick combat reader. Unfortunately, not going to be enough as Noloi picks her off, ending a triple kill streak. That could have been a magnificent turn back. Ugh, alas, no. Triple kill going into the quad kill, going into what could have been the team wipe. Now, that would have been a thing to see. The Ender team wipe coming out on the first round of Bazaar. I would have liked to see that. I would indeed. And just to alert you, in case anyone wants to open up the multi-stream, coming up in 8 minutes, we do have another match on Onward Master League 2 by Nightfire and Sleepy. That is going to be Fury versus Sinister Pride, coming up in 8 minutes. So if you want to open a multi-stream to get ready, or maybe this match will end very quickly and we can be moving on, maybe you can watch it just on your lonesome there, without my comforting velvet voice beside you. Regardless of what you prefer, though, this map I think can go either way. Last season it was Mob Squad that took this map against SMC Tactical. Early last season they took Bazaar 2-4. Considering how differently both teams have really been playing, I'm not entirely sure if they can kind of reproduce that same result. Could be seeing the kind of opposite scenario. It'll be a 4-2 for SMC Tactical. It really just depends on the spawns, I think. Someone's dropped a tablet.
Who dropped the fucking tablet?
Somebody's tablet! Somebody's tablet!
Plot's dropped his own tablet, made a large uproar about it inside the spawn. A comedic refresher for Mob Squad there. They are starting to roll up very standard, kind of putting one guy inside the ice cream building there. Now they're moving up from the southwest of the center market. It's a little bit slow though. I'm surprised they're not taking it faster. But really, I think playing it slow is the correct move here. Though they don't quite know it just yet. Edna is waiting, moving up to this quite aggressive position. And she might be able to see Plotter. I think she actually did. Just seen Plots. There's only a glimpse of him just for a second as he crossed towards the cement. Still definitely possible that she saw him. Maybe Plots saw her. Does Plots have some eagle eyes on him? That's the question.
So top floor 4 and 3 and 4.
And mostly towards the Kyle building, as the American teams call it. He definitely doesn't. He has no eagle eyes to speak of. The rest of the team is starting to move up the northwest as well. And also the southeast. Got 2 going north, 2 going east, 1 pushing through center. Okay, probably not going to be looking for the long range north. Don't want to be too aggressive with that, as you may just get picked off. There's a lot of pre-fire coming through there. And it does finally pick off Plots. He looks like he got a little bit too aggressive pushing up. Or just hung about in that position for too long, and that's going to really throw off SMC Tactical here. So if she's on the prowl through the center of the map, then who knows where she might be in future. These 2 members up here have no clue. They don't have the bird's eye view that we've got. She could be going on a flank, or she could be just waiting for them to move up the passageway here and take him out. But then it's going to be Smithy that takes out land, and he got way too aggressive, peeking outside of the blue room on the eastern side here. Always a big mistake. Doesn't work out in any scenario, but it's so tempting. You hear footsteps, you hear like gunshots, you just have a feeling. It's so tempting to peek out, but it doesn't work out.
Smoking from tank on East Courtyard.
Oh, interesting smokes from Mobsquad there already coming out on the eastern side. The rest of the team's going to have to really pick up the pace if they want to capitalise on those smokes. But since they did pick up the pace pretty dramatically, at least Logman did. Saw Poke kick through the window trying to get a shot off a good nade. Unfortunately not going to be enough. Just ducks underneath the curb there. Whatever that's called in America. The sidewalk, either one. Also the push coming out from Nolomite takes down Edna. Moving straight towards the objective. He's also going to see Sota, not going to be enough. Semper picked off by Ponecake as well. Now it's going to be a 3-2. There's one revive possible for Mob Squad. The push coming out from the northern side. Ponecake. A little bit of an interesting smoke there. Not sure what the point of that was. A little bit of a failed smoke at least. If he coordinates with Nolomite's communications, he could push straight in. But Ponecake, he's at the Humvee. He's waiting for it. He's at the Ponecake. He doesn't see the feet. The FOB, the Captain Sota goes down. He takes him down at least. And now Smithy's, rather, Ponecake is going to be moving in. Nolomite's calling him out. He knows he's at, well, one remaining member of Moscow knows exactly where he is, but there is still Beefy and Ponecake both on the objective. Logman has a nade. This could be good. This could be very good if he has a nade. But really needs to pick up the pace. He got too stuck in the north. The rest of his team died on objective while he was still trying to deal with the menace Ponecake. Round sees Ponecake. It's a trade between the two. And the round rather, is going to go to SMC Tactical. They take that, they even up the score, and it is still in flux as to who can take this final third map. I think that it's fair to say they've kept this rather neck and neck the whole way through the maps. Not necessarily the rounds, but the maps they have. 2-4, 4-2, 1-1, 7-7. All tied up so far. And going into the third round of Bazaar. Depending on the objective, let's take a look. It's going to be the west objective with Mob Squad on the defense. I'm feeling a Mob Squad win here. And then possibly another Mob Squad win. It really depends on if they decide to kind of change up their playstyle, play a little bit more aggressive, because it worked out so well for them. It worked out so well for them during the initial 3 rounds on Suburbia. They just decimated SMC Tactical, walked over them entirely. Then they played a little bit passive, they got a little bit too relaxed. They lost 2 rounds. Then they get a little bit more aggressive again with their defense of the center house. Boom. They won another round and they win the map. It seems that the aggressiveness is just exactly what they need to get this kind of train running. Round starting now. SMC Tactical. Are they going to try for a west push here? Or are they going to wrap around the east? I'm thinking a more direct west here.
Good job so far, Abby.
Good job so far.
The high fives between Landing Jordan and Edna Jordan. Heartwarming to see.
He likes to go there. You know the counter pallet corner?
Yeah.
Ponecake's definitely taking the role of sickness here, calling out west. Particular members of Mob Squad like to play. Maybe that information will come in handy for them. Potentially. Almost said possibly. Potentially this could save them this round and it won't be a Mob Squad win as predicted. Aggressive though, this is what I'm talking about. The aggressiveness from SMC Tower, from Mob Squad, could work out really well for them here. Playing this position, that's not a common one from Smithy, but it might not work out. He gets too aggressive, too much aggressiveness. He gets picked off by Landon. The shot's ringing out through the window there. Confirming that kill.
Confirmed.
That's what they need. Starting to move up here. Swapping over to Beefy. He is going to be looking for the man on the palace, that being Nolomite. Onecake and also, who's out there? That's going to be Captain Sota. They've already pushed up to the palace building. SMC could potentially pull off a very quick maneuver here. Shots ring out from Nolomite. That's just going to give away his position for Ponecake. You also see Logman inside the bloom. The shots all missed though now. Nolomite goes to the cubby hole. Nolomite's in a very hard place here. The nade come out from Cloak going to go through. Oh, there's just a smoke they're going to go through. The nade's going to come out there. It's going to be a perfect nade. Insta-kills Ponecake. Logman with a fantastic grenade. And also gets taken down by Plots with a nice flank there. He's going to go for another flank. He might be able to take down Sota. Shoots Sota from the window, takes down Sota. And now we're almost... Well, we're exactly halved up here, 2-4. One man in the west, one trying to push through the western courtyard. Not really going to work out, I imagine. But they are very aware of this guy on the far southwest.
Who's on it?
If he's kind of tangled up in his cable, it's not a good sign. Oh, that was a dangerous peek from Logman. He almost got taken down by Beefy there. Mama Verd's very nice to see you again. Back into the season. Oh, landing Jordan with that nade on the western side, taking down Plots. Very nice threaded, I believe either through the doorway or through the window. Now it is slightly more evened up, 2-3, only slightly. He needs to deal with Logman before anyone else, really. Logman has the good position. The shot coming out from him, he gets taken down, and now Landjon has succeeded in his objective. It is evened up, and that does allow Mr. Beefy to move up so much easier along the western side. Nonmai is just in the open here, but he's starting to move on for a flank here. This is not good for Landon. I don't think he's going to be expecting this. Man he's not careful. He doesn't care about giving away his position, even though there may be an enemy very close to him. Mike's death was never called out. Nobody ever took him down. And he's been in the pretty much the same spot the whole game, up until this current kind of a sneaky rotation. Take a look at the mini-map in the bottom right there. You can kind of see Mr. Beefy slowly pushing up the western side. Nobody's actually there to deny him of that. There is one guy looking through the window just to the north, but it's not really going to be too useful. And Laden, he's already in the northwest. How has he been allowed to get up here? This should not have been possible. Definitely at least... Oh, there goes our Semper. Nice two-shot. Beautiful. His celebration immediately, though, ruined by Nolomite. And it seems Beefy's rushing the objective. He wants to get his cap here, but can Nolomite deny this in time? Is he going to get on the objective in time? Nolomite looks away just at the wrong time. Mr. Beefy's on the objective. He's capping this. Nolomite had no idea the 90-degree head look destroys his team, destroys their chances of winning potentially. Mr. Beefy needs to speed up with the cap here. He's being so slow with this. He's not capping anymore. He's giving up on the cap. He wants to kill. He could have capped 3 times over by now. He needs to get out the tablet. Mr. Beefy, he's on the flank. Nolomite's going to take him down. There he goes. The cap ruined. The cap ruined and the map. But the round rather clutched by Nolomite there. That was unbelievable. The footsteps from Nolomite, such a big presence, just a single sound. And it made him give up on capping and instead try and look for his opponent as he just got flanked and eventually killed by Nolomite. Unbelievable. I suppose my prediction is true in the end, even though it was very much looking the other way for quite some time. Match on Onward Master League 2 should now be underway with Nightfire and Sleepy. If you want to bring up a multi-stream with that, you can just, I believe someone probably is going to put a multi-stream link in the Twitch. It's always good to get a multi-stream going. Get to watch both matches at the same time, experience the pleasure of casting, of 3 casters, the trio of Buxton, Nightfire and Sleepy. That's the dream right there. That's the semi-finals 2018 dream. So as we go in here, into the same objective, the western objective, with SMC Tactical on the defense, Moscow point ahead, do potentially have the chance of Moscow being able to go in and get a cap. I don't see it being likely, but they've done it in past on, what was it? Quarantine? Yeah, it was Quarantine that they got the cap on. I'm not entirely confident they can do it here, but if they can just get another round, another Marsok round here, they could upset everybody in the Twitch chat with an upset.
Okay, I'm gonna hunt the north route and make it really slow.
Very standard call out from Moscow there, just saying he's going to hunt the north, keep an eye on anyone that may be trying to flank here. Maybe just try and deal with Beefy this one position. It's a very solid position. Slowly, a very early pick on the Logman from Sota. This is looking like a 2-2. I have a feeling it's going to go 2-3, 3-3, 3-3. Don't know where I'm going with that. It's going to be a tie for certain. Guaranteed it's going to be a tie. It's going to bug out and it's going to go to a 4-4. That's what I'm thinking here. Defy the logic of the game, just to ensure that it's as close as possible without giving either team a clear victory. Silence from Sota so far. Silence also from his friend Ponecake up north. Up north by about 3 meters. Looking for anyone that may be approaching the western courtyard from the center. Tablet propped up on the wall there. I thought he had a nade propping up for a second. It's a high level tactic. Not the case. Well, it is a high level tactic, however, looking through your helmet instead of your eyes. Beautiful. Mob Squad are playing this slower than I would have expected. Maybe it was the pick that kind of got them scared, but if you take a look at the overhead map here, they've got a guy in the far south, a guy in the east still, a guy in the north kind of courtyard area, and a guy in the center. What the guy in the east is doing, I have no idea. Potentially he's looking for anyone that may be trying to rush out, come from the western courtyard to the center. But I don't really see SMC Tactical trying to pull that off. We do have the shots on the western side coming up from Smithy. A little bit of distraction fire. He does have that drum mag in his M16. Very solid weapon. Smokes as well. Trajectory smoke entirely. Maybe that's going to make land and rotate over and watch the west a little bit closer. Seems so. It has definitely been successful in that objective at least. Mr. Beefy still has his iron gaze on the north side. Mr. Semper moving just barely there, but that's a very hard shot to make even if he had seen him. Even if he knew he was coming, that would have been a hard shot.
I think I got one.
I think he's got one, but he hasn't. Sota is still very much alive and well. Ponecake still in a very good spot. Ponecake not anymore. Taken down by Nolomite. He got too distracted by the fire from the south. Perfect. We have more smokes coming out towards the western side as well. Captain Sota can be the main defender for SMC Tactical from this incursion. But it's going to be Captain Sota that does succeed that. Takes down Nolomite, has to heal. Drops him in Arsene Beefy in an engagement on the northern side. Arsene has to move forward, unfortunately. He gets taken down by Mr. Beefy. Most likely going to get finished off too.
One down north.
The trade between Plots and Captain Sota too. And there's also another member moving up through the west here. It's Smithy SFC in a very unusual position. You don't really see people playing this, but it's actually pretty solid. Very nice burst there, taking down Beefy. It is just Smithy left up. With a minute 45, if he can get the revive onto the far north, that would be amazing, but he's going to have to really start beelining if he wants to get the revive.
Where are you?
He lost his tablet. Oh no. That is not good. He doesn't have time either. He doesn't realise how much time is left because he isn't checking his tablet since he lost it.
I'm coming to you though, because I'm going to come back away to you.
Neither of them have any clue how much time is left.
I have not got my tablet. Tell me where he is exactly. Yep.
Oh dear, Smithy. 70 seconds and we're running out. You're only halfway there. Let's take a nice overhead view of how much further he has to go. He's still got about another, say, 50 meters with 60 seconds, and to get to the objective, it's another 100 meters, something like that. Oh, this is not good. Smithy's also stopping to wait and look down the northern street. The running out of time is almost guaranteed now. The rest of SMC is kind of relaxed here, just waiting for any kind of gunshots, any footsteps that might be coming out from the western side, but there's nothing. It's Smithy on the far north.
Oh, what?
He's checked his watch. He knows he has 20 seconds left. He's going to get that revive. He's going to beeline straight for the objective. He has nothing else to do. There is no other choice for him other than to run straight towards the objective after getting Semper up. 10 seconds, he can't do anything. It's going to be a run out of time from Mob Squad. It's going to go to a 2-2, and we're going to go to a very interesting next, like, 2 or 3 rounds. There it goes. Running out of time. The long rotation not working out. They got the revive, but they lost the round due to time. Very sad times for Mob Squad. Good times, however, for SMC Tactical, though. Maybe they kind of got their pace disrupted there. Maybe it'll change something. We'll have to wait and see. And we do still have at least 3 rounds. At most 3 rounds. There you go. At least 1 round. At least 1 round. Maximum 3 rounds. We'll have to see. But saying it for probably the 3rd time, Mob Squad are playing unexpectedly well considering last season. They lost brutally last season. They had a 45% win rate last season compared to SMC's 85% win rate. They were 50-50 on basically every map, and they're still admittedly 50-50 on the first 2 maps, which were Suburbia and Quarantine. However, it's going well so far. They are almost winning against SMC Tactical. Well, they are technically winning already, but they are... You get what I'm saying. They're technically close to winning the match overall, but they are already winning in terms of raw points. And my soul. I believe in them. I believe in Mob Squad. That is my decree. I may have just cursed them, but I don't care. I believe that they can do it anyway. That is their strength. They are immune to my curses. Going into this 4th round. This is the one I think for all of the peanuts. This is the one that matters. Whichever team gets ahead here will be... Well, SMC gets ahead here. They'll be going to their Volk round up 1 point to the match point. However, if Mob Squad take this one, it'll be a very different scenario. Clock's already getting picked off. The return fire coming out from Smithy. He needs to get the revive off now. He cannot afford to pop smokes. He has to get the revive as quickly as possible.
That was a revive in the hand.
Something about reviving ham. Not sure what Smithy said there. I think he's just really hungry for some ham or something. So they're taken out by 2 members simultaneously, and Edna picks off Plot, finally confirming him. Lots of suppressive fire. This is, I think, the quintessential SMC Tactical. They're playing pretty fast here. Lots of fire, lots of just mayhem, really. Straight between those 2, and also gets picked off the Landons. Rather, the Jordans are dead. On the western side and the center, respectively. Logman also looking for another victim on the side here. Might be able to pick off Pomekek if he stands up. So coming from the centre, not going to do anything at all again. 4 minutes 30, there is plenty of time for these two members of SMC Tactical to re-maneuver and decide what they want to do. All depends on Ponecake here. He's the key member in this position. Ponecake's position is, well, definitely the strongest for this objective, I think, for the offense. Because you can move around the west, you can go up into the blue room, you can go along the ice cream truck, you can throw nades into objective, you can sneak up to objective. It's the most important position, and that's why everybody always takes the same route every single time. Ponecake has defied my expectations and is taking a different route, making my prediction immediately wrong. Very impressive timing, Ponecake. Not a peep from any member on either side. Though Ponecake is starting to move up, and he may be able to snag our Semper. He's moving on objective. He moves back a little bit, he'll get taken down, and Ponecake definitely heard Logman up there. Very slowly but surely he sees our Semper in the building. The C4 from Logman takes down Ponecake. Very well placed, very well timed, but where is it? It was somewhere in this doorway, that's for certain. Now it's just Mr. Beefy. Mr. Beefy, can he do it? It's going to be Mob Squad most likely going to their match point on the Marsoc. Oh, Beefy heard the footsteps from our Semper there. Oh, he's moving about. He can beeline towards the objective, kind of along this route here, and then just spray through the window, and he could potentially take him down and get onto objective. Maybe cap, be risky. If he took down Logman as well, he could definitely do it. But it would be risky either way, depending on what he has to do. But it's risky being the last man alone. There is no right option here. Well, there is, but there's no right fun option. Right option here would probably be to sit back and wait for a member of Mob Squad to make a mistake, peek out a little bit too far. But Beefy's going straight in. Our Semper can peek out, take him down, and the round is going to Mob Squad. Onto their master ground for the next one. Let's take a look at what objective it will be very quickly. 7 objective, of course. What am I thinking? And they have to take that on Marsoc. I think they can do it. I think they can do this and take their first match of the season against SMC Tactical, a team that was in the semi-finals for the Winter Championships from last season. That 1 point advantage is vital right now. Mob Squad can afford to make a mistake here. SMC cannot. They have to take this round. They have to take the next round. They are at the disadvantage here. It's like a double elimination tournament. Not a good time. Well, a double elimination tournament for the team that came from the losers bracket. It's a very specific example, but it's the All-Star tournament. Jungle against Smiles' team. I'm getting flashbacks. I don't want to play Jungle. I don't want to. Well, I had to, and we lost. Sad times. No Jungle here, at least. This was the final map. The final map of which you can hear what could be the final beeps for this match as well. As we go in here. The 4th round. The 5th round, the 6th round, the 6th round. There you go. Had to think for a second, but we are going in.
Oh, did you just jinx it?
Okay, jinx something, or maybe it was
Let him see you cross that alley.
another member.
Take my smoke. You want my smoke?
I've got two. Okay.
Mode coordination on the side of Mob Squad. They're sending 3 men west, 2 men east. 1. He sent like 3 men across the eastern side, the other 2 to watch over from the west. Seeing that here. Oh, an early pick on the plot from Edna. Not good for Mob Squad. That's the mistakes they don't want to take. Well, they don't want to have to make those mistakes, but they can afford to make them. Not the end of the world. They can afford to lose this round, and they're still in the game and could potentially still win. Problem with that eastern push, you always got to pop the smokes, because there'll always be someone on the objective ready and waiting. Almost one tap the guy on objective.
Seeing if I could hit that blue window. I wasn't sure if somebody was there or not.
With a beautiful shot. All you can hear is just the eerie silence of the background music on Bazaar. The relaxing tunes of wind. The radio station that appears to be to the left of Beefy somewhere. And also aircraft in the background and the footsteps of our Semper disturbing the serene silence. No, you can't allow someone to get towards scaffolding for this objective, because it's just devastating. Captain Sota goes down, picked off by Smithy, and our Semper also gets picked off by Landon. That is a very solid pick on the east. Finished off as well. There is one man moving around the far northeast. If you take a look at the map here, team slowly starting to work his way along the east wall, being a little bit too slow. Could have backed up our Semper, but unfortunately not. I think this is mostly going to be the 2 guys on the western side here. You can see Captain Sota was revived by Edna there, and it's going to allow one member of Mob Squad to move across in the smoke there. But Beefy, he spots him in the smoke, he's popping off the shots. The gun is out of ammo. He just needs to move quickly. He can't afford it. It's reloading too slowly, and somehow that means that who is that there? Nolomite has been allowed to cross over to the west. Not good. Captain Sota can get taken out by Nolomite. The west side is cleared, and now it's just the 4 remaining members. Oh, just the 4 remaining members of SMC Tactical on the eastern side. He spots him moving across there. Nolomite's looking for him. He really wants that kill. He wants to take this to a 3-3. That is what he wants.
You're aware of the sides you get it, Smithy.
A very good position to attack this here.
Negative. I think this guy's still out. Alright.
Little bit of a unnecessary murder there. They're popping off the smoke. There's shots coming from Landon there. Does tag Smithy. Not going to take him down though. Has to heal with a syringe there on his own. Mike really wants that guy dead, but he can't afford to sit in this position forever. He's going to move to the next building. For a long, I imagine. Smithy gets a little bit too aggressive on the outside, gets taken down. And now we are just left with one guy in the center now. It's rotated around. The other on the western side. Smithy's going to get picked up by Nolomite. That's a solid revive.
Yeah, don't worry about the body. There's nothing. I can't see it.
Scaffolding.
Listen, how long have we got? How long have we got?
2 minutes.
How long? Well, just
2 minutes.
For 30 seconds, see if I'm in Scotland.
Alright.
Can't see him. I'm looking. No, I think he stood there. He just stood there. He's outside the loom. He just stood there. You got
Solid
him.
coordination, but he didn't get him. Smithy's mistaken. He's not dead. They need to start moving quickly. Minutes remaining. They are aware of the time. Longman needs to start doing something. He knows there's somebody at scaffolding still. He heard him. He knows there's people on objective. He's coordinating with the rest of his team. He's throwing the nade that could be solid. It is very solid, but it bounces off the palm tree. He gets embered. More shots from Smithy. Nolomite goes down from Edna from the shed. And now we're just into a 2v4. This is looking like a 3-3. We will most likely be going to that climactic final round of the final map to decide who the winner is. But for now, we'll just have to see who can take this round, see if it truly will go to that final one. There is still potential for Mob Squad to pull this back.
One minute.
Oh, very nice headshot onto Beefy from Smithy there. He's rushing up into the 2-story now. He should have seen Pokecake's gun there, or at least the footsteps. He'll hear them.
It's 2-story.
He's rushing straight up, trying to get the shots through the window, not working out, going up onto the roof. Ender's coming around, but Pomke gets him,
I got him.
from the behind on the flank. It's Landon as well, and not Landon. Who is that? The mystery man. It's Log Man. The mystery man is revealed, and it's a log. Take down Edna, trying to take down Pomke, trying to take down Landon, but he can't do it. It is going to go to that climactic final round of Bazaar to decide who the winner is on a brand new objective. This is the important one. You can see how much damage the Jordans have been doing. 8-4 and 8-5. They are top of their game right now. They're seriously doing well for SMC Tactical, and if they can keep that up, and if Nolomite and Arsempa can keep their kind of stuff up, we're going to have a clash of titans here. A big clash of titans. Nine to 9. Whoever takes this will get that 2 points. The 2 points, the 10 points. 2 digits. That's what I want. I think this is a good way. It's a good way for these teams to start off. A very close match. Even if Mob Squad lose, even if SMC lose, it's going to be a good one for both teams involved. SMC, if they lose, they'd get a bunch of experience with the new form of Mob Squad, or maybe they just kind of learn what things kind of didn't work out for them. They did appear to be playing a little bit slower than usual, so they know that that might not be working. Or let's see, Mob Squad, if they lose this, then well, they still got that far against SMC Tactical, the guys that went to the semi-finals just earlier last month, so they'll be feeling happy. They know they've improved from last season. Regardless, they are going to be happy. Final round now. The final round, the climactic final round against SMC Tactical and Mob Squad here, and it's a North objective. It's a beautiful one. This is looking like it could be advantage for Mob Squad. It all depends on how SMC are going to play this.
Sure.
Here, the familiar magnet snaps of the mag tube that Ponecake has. VRML is sponsored by ProTuber. Oh, there we go. I'm ready for this, and it's an aggressive move from SMC. It might not work out. Just between Edna. There goes Ponecake. Nolomite also taken down. We're still evened up, and Edna most likely going to be looking for revenge on the man that shot her, that being Smithy. Actually, no, it wasn't Smithy. It was Logman. Oh, I got scared by that nade for a second. That could have been good. Match now approaching its second hour and 10 minutes. Double kill from Arsempa on the eastern side. This is a Mob Squad win. This is an upset and a Mob Squad win guaranteed unless a miracle happens from Edna and who is that? Mr. Beefy. Edna and Beefy. If they can pull off a miracle here, I'd be in disbelief. Utter disbelief. Edna is crawling away. If she can just channel the same energy she channeled when she got the 4K, it could be solid. Here goes Plots around the corner. Gonna see Edna. There goes Edna. And now we are just left with Mr. Beefy on the north. Mr. Beefy, the last one on SMC. Knows this is looking like a loss. First match that SMC win. It's a loss against a team they previously demolished. It does not feel good. It's going to be good for them in the long run, but it does not feel good in the short run. Not in any capacity. He has plenty of time though, so he can rotate over to wherever he wants really. Rotating towards the eastern courtyard, it seems. That's where Arsempa is. It's going to come in from the northern side. If I were him, I'd be very scared. Be very scared of every angle. Yeah, Arsempa's breathing. He's a little bit scared as well. doesn't want to give up the eastern side here. This is the important bit. Wouldn't be too surprised to see a team kill coming out from Mob Squad just due to that kind of the stress of being one member away from winning against SMC Tactical.
Okay,
Giving away.
be careful, it could be a decoy.
Our Semper thinks it's a decoy. It's not a decoy. He is very much moving along the north side. The footsteps, the flash coming out. The flash not doing anything at all. Absolutely no purpose. And Logman's going to be ready for Mr. Beefy on the north. Our Semper also very much ready. The outcome is inevitable, but the journey there is tense. How much time is left? A silent crawl from Beefy. Don, but he hasn't moved on. He's far from moved on here. Heard any footsteps, and Logman's being pretty loud. That's making a lot of footsteps, a lot of noise to cover the approach of Mr. Beefy. He's already very silent. There he goes. Mr. Beefy does get the kill onto our Semper. That's the pick he needed to start this off. Can he get the 4K to bring this back into a clutch? Smithy, Plots, and also Logman in the north in the Coyote. They're all trained on this location. Logman seemed a little bit oblivious though. Standing up risky. Very risky. He's looking for Plots. He's looking for Smithy. Neither of them can be seen. They're both obscured by wood. Logman spotted on the stairs. Will Beefy get the shots off? It's a very tight angle. It's a very, very tight angle. And he's not going to get it. Oh. He's moving down. He's spotted there. He's moving back up. Spotted in the sliver. The shots do ring out well. They take him down. But Smithy pops off the shots. Misses. His location is known. He's blind firing through the window. 60 seconds remaining. It's a tense one for Mr. Beefy. Next 10 seconds are crucial for his existence right now. Should know where Smithy is. If he can just blind fire, it should be solid. Plots also gives away his position. He knows where the two remaining members of Mob Squad are now. He's going to be looking for Plots, and then he's going to be looking for Smithy. Around every corner is a danger for Mr. Beefy. 30 seconds. If he just rushes the objective around the north, he could do it. Plots misses the shots again. Mr. Beefy does stand a chance to be able to take down both of them here. He's rushing straight up towards them. He doesn't care at all. He doesn't care in any capacity. 20 seconds remaining. He could potentially actually... He could get a cap here if Logman doesn't spot it and call it out to the team. Mr. Beefy, please, I believe in you. 10 seconds approaching. We're moving up. Smithy, he's going to get the tableau. He's rushing straight in. Logman's there. The shots coming out from Plots. And that is a win from Mob Squad. They do take that final round in a little bit of an upset, rather quite a big an upset against SMC Tactical. A very close series between the two teams. Some amazing plays coming out from both. The players playing so well. 8 kills is definitely, it's definitely not been something unusual to see for the past 3 maps. Fantastic series, and Mr. Beefy, he almost pulled it off. Just 30 more seconds. If he just had 30 more seconds, he could have pulled that off. He could have done it, and he could have potentially won those 2 engagements. And that would have been amazing to see. That would have been a hell of a comeback. The double kill into a quad kill. It would have been unbelievable. Wow. Regardless, the match is over. That match going to Mob Squad 9-10. Their first win of the season. And SMC's first loss of the season. They will rebound, however, and we should be seeing how well they do in the following weeks, along with Mob Squad potentially on a new rise to fame. This stream will be ending, but we still do have another game running on Onward Master League 2. That is Nightfire and Sleepy doing Fury versus Sinister Pride. That should also be a good game. If you want to just hop over there once this stream ends, it'll be hopefully a good one. But for now, that is going to be it from the Onward Master League 1 channel, and we will see you at a later date.